In 1995, Lee was a university student in Beijing. With barely any money, he had to live in a rented basement room, constantly thinking about how to make ends meet. During winter vacation, Lee wandered into a market and noticed a small stall surrounded by a crowd. Out of curiosity, he pushed through to find the stall selling spicy hot pot. He bought a few skewers and was amazed by their flavor. Lee estimated this stall could make over 1,000 per day. Determined to learn the technique, he approached the stall owner the next day, asking to be taught. Unsurprisingly, the owner refused, unwilling to create competition. Undeterred, Lee began showing up every morning, offering to help with chores like washing dishes. He assured the owner that, as a student from a university 50 kilometers away, he wouldn't compete locally and also offered to pay for the recipe. Impressed by his sincerity, the owner eventually accepted 900 yuan in exchange for the recipe and teaching him. It took him only 2 or 3 days to master the secret of making spicy hot pot. When school resumed, Lee set his sights on a bustling night market near campus. Unable to afford prime spots, he negotiated with the owner of a daytime shop that closed at night. Sharing the rent, Lee set up his stall, investing in a stove and seasonings. By 4 p.m. each day, he was ready for business. As the only vendor selling spicy hot pot in the market, his stall quickly gained popularity due to the enticing aroma wafting through the streets. Lee earned 300 to 400 yuan daily, with a net profit of over 3,000 yuan per month. At the time, the house price in Beijing was about 1,000 yuan per square meter, so his income was significant. Lee soon moved out of the basement and upgraded to a shared 3-bedroom apartment. One day, a regular customer presented Lee with a new opportunity. The customer's company, struggling to provide lunch for its 30 employees, asked if Lee could supply boxed meals. Seeing the potential, Lee partnered with his cousin, sourcing food from the university canteen, and packing boxed meals with 3 or 4 dishes plus rice or noodles. Selling each meal for 8 yuan, they earned a profit of 5 yuan per box, adding another 3,000 to 4,000 yuan to their monthly income. Realizing this venture was even more profitable than selling hot pot, Lee asked his cousin to manage both businesses, offering him 30% of the profits. His cousin eagerly agreed, as it doubled his income. Freed from daily operations, Lee focused on expanding the boxed meal service. He distributed flyers to nearby office buildings to attract more customers. During one such attempt, a building security manager stopped him. After hearing Lee's story, the manager offered him 200 square meters of rent-free space in the building's underground garage to serve breakfast and lunch. With approximately 1,000 employees in the building, the potential was enormous. Lee quickly set up the canteen, equipping it with basic facilities like stoves, insulated buckets, tables and chairs. He introduced a prepaid meal card system, offering 22 meals for 220 yuan. Over 800 employees in the building signed up, generating over 100,000 yuan in prepayments for the first month. Lee hired 2 persons to use a tricycle to transport the meals to the underground garage, setting up tables with several dishes, along with rice noodles and steamed buns. By the end of the month, his revenue exceeded 160,000 yuan, with a net profit of over 60,000 yuan. Recognizing the potential for expansion, Lee envisioned opening more canteens. He delegated the management of the canteen business to the head chef and the manager, offering them 30% of the net profits so that he could explore new opportunities. Lee began reaching out to other office buildings, presenting himself as a professional canteen manager. At the time, canteens in those buildings were rare, and his proposal to solve meal problems was welcomed by developers and building managers. Some even offered him management fees, as they viewed canteens as non-profit businesses. Lee expanded aggressively, targeting new construction sites and securing partnerships before the buildings were completed. This coincided with Beijing's rapid infrastructure development. By 2002, his company had managed 60 canteens, serving approximately 100,000 people daily. With an average meal price of 10 yuan, annual revenues reached 250 million yuan. 2 of Lee's friends joined the venture, and what had started as a small stall grew into a large enterprise. However, the team lacked knowledge of corporate governance, equity distribution, and advanced business strategies. Reflecting on this period, Lee remarked that their success felt like being carried upward in an elevator, a combination of the era's opportunities and a thriving industry. Their achievements relied on boldness, good luck, and the right timing. It was a case of the times make the hero. Anyone willing to seize such an opportunity could succeed. It was simply about being in the right place at the right time. Success brought wealth, but it also bred complacency and indulgence. Lee and his partners began spending extravagantly on lavish meals, nightclubs, and gambling. Profits that had once fueled their business now funded destructive habits. Gambling trips to Macau and other indulgences drained their resources, and within a year, they lost everything. When the dust settled, Lee found himself back to square one.